Hi there. Oh, we're
Oh, I
clapping.
clapped.
Great. I was so distracted by your 4, 3, 2, 1, like you were the cameraman.
Like I was floor manager.
Yeah, like you were directing it. So I was about that. I just forgot about the clap. Well, that's awesome.
Well, we all want to forget about the clap, don't we? How are you? Welcome one, welcome all. If you're listening, if you're watching, if you're maybe doing both. Well, hopefully you're doing both if you're watching. Imagine if someone's just watching us on mute.
Yeah, that was so weird.
I don't mind that.
No,
but
just
welcome,
watching
it's
us watch
episode
ourselves.
3.
Episode 3, season 2, Lee. That rhymed. That was lovely. Yeah, great to be here with you on this evening. I've got myself a gin. I'm ready. I'm ready to chat.
You're
to
ready?
chat to
Well,
you.
that's good. I've got myself a wine. Little wine
White.
there.
Oh, you've gone white there. Great. Really good.
Yes, gone white. We're recording this on Tuesday night, and I think these nighttime recordings could get a little bit dangerous if we're having a bit of
Yeah, me too. I was a bit
But
tired.
hey-ho.
Yeah, and I thought, what can solve that? I'll just have a sneaky gin. But I did make sure I had a cup of tea before, so I wasn't having multiple, because otherwise, nightmare, you know.
Oh,
So-
absolute nightmare. Well, I'm on my second wine. I didn't do that thing with the cup of tea. I'm a kind of all or nothing kind of guy. I can't really do that. I think if I had a tea, I wouldn't then have a wine, and vice versa.
Yeah,
You know?
well, the thing is, I know I'm gonna text Freddie in the middle of this and ask him to bring me another. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's probably already prepared.
yeah, it probably is. He was in a bit of a mood when he just
Hey.
got in, actually a bit tired. So maybe I won't disturb him.
Oh, is he a little bit narky? Oh,
Oh, a bit
God.
narks.
He might
God
not have
love
the
him.
strength to open that fever tree tonic.
Oh, I'm on Schweppes as well at the minute. Hard times, let me tell you.
Oh, God, we've all got problems. So, do you know what I did the other day? I made a margarita. And when I'm on my own making
fave.
cock of the tails, like, it can sometimes be a bit of a faff. You know, you make one, like, you want to kind of make a batch. So as I was making
Yeah.
one, I thought, oh, you know what? I'll want another one after this. So I made a batch of 2, and then I put the other one with the icing in the freezer. So then as I got to
I'd love
it,
to do that. Yeah, love it.
because I thought,
so good.
if I put it in the fridge, the ice will melt by the time I finish my first margarita. So I put it in
Yeah.
the freezer, and voila. I was very pleased with myself, actually.
Oh, delish. Did you keep it in the shaker? So even like the metal got really cold. Did you do that?
No, I poured it into the receptacle that I was going to drink it out of.
Oh, of course. Frosted glass,
So the-
babes. Frosted glass.
Frosted glass, yes. So how was your weekend, Lauren?
I went up north, which was fun. I went to Liverpool, and for Freddie for Christmas, I got him tickets to watch Everton versus Man City. He's an Everton fan, and they're not very good at the moment. But yeah, it was fun. The tickets were really good. We had a really good view. We shared a taxi with 2 Man City fans who they lived in the town where I went to college. Oh, you know what? One of them, you just keep bumping it. It was just like a really funny time. And saw my mum and dad. They were on good form. Saw my sister-in-law. Saw Freddie's uncle. There was lots to be seen, lots to be done, lots to be drunk. You know, you drink a lot of
So
beer at a
talk me
football
through-
game.
Talk me through the football game. You know, I'm intrigued. The day of the life of you going to the football game. How does it happen? So you get there, you arrive, and I assume people are going like, They do have a very weird way of singing, don't they, football fans?
Yeah. Do you know what Man City always sing? Blue Moon. Blue Moon.
Oh, I love that one. Do they do it croonery like?
Well, no.
Like
I
the
didn't
average-
even know they were singing it. And Freddie was like, that's it. I told you they sing Blue Moon. I was like, I can't understand. It was like, Blue Moon. It's not even that much of a tune, actually. They're just shouting it.
Yeah,
know.
so
Oh,
they're
'cause they
singing
were
the
playing.
lyrics of Blue. Listen, guys, I'm happy to concede. If I was going to use a football word, I'm going to use the word concede.
Lovely,
I'm happy
lovely.
to concede that you are singing the lyrics to Blue Moon. We're all in agreement there.
Yeah.
The tune, however, to Blue Moon, you
Is
are
not
struggling with slightly.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
it's all
it's
one
just
rhythm
another
as
level.
well. It's like, blue moon saw me standing alone. Yeah, heart. That's it. Great. It's like a dance remix, you know, like some weird, like those people who sang Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die. Yeah, like it's kind of like really 90s, but the music's been taken away. It's kind of like that level of singing. Yeah.
It's not Blue Moon. It's Blue Moon, Abba Dee Abba Die, Abba Dee, Blue Moon.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I went to a football match actually.
We need to go.
And then what about the interval? Do you go and have snacks?
The interval, yeah. What you do is you go and buy a beer. Well, you go and drink as much beer as you can in 15 minutes. So it kind of is like a theatre interval.
Why, can you not take it into the auditorium?
It's not like lower league football, the auditorium. Well, it's not like that. Because at the theatre, you drink as much as you can in 15 minutes and then get one to take away to your seat, don't you?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. You can't drink it at your seat. I suppose that's... So they don't throw it on the pitch and stuff like that.
Yeah, and just like... But hey, I tell you what, little secret, like... Then, because Goodison is like where Everton play, is a really old stadium, so it's like turnstile. So it's basically like going to a really low league match or an old rugby league stadium or something. So you just kind of scan your ticket and you walk straight in. So they'd never like check women. I've gone into Arsenal as well, and it's like brand new. And like if there's no female security guard, and I just have like 2 bottles of whiskey like down my bra.
Really?
So we just had little, because my mum always gets us like lovely stocking fillers and they always have miniatures in them. So, you know, they just sit on your bar, don't they? Because they're always like different.
Well, I take them in my travel bags.
Yeah, that's what we do. I just take them into like the theatre or to a football game.
To Goodison Park.
To Goodison Park, yeah, shove them down my bra. It's great.
Oh my God, do you remember when we went to see Wicked? And we got absolutely smashed when Adam there was like a free bar practically.
That was
and
so
we were
good,
absolutely
wasn't it?
Wasted.
Large gin and Slim waiting for us at the old interval. Now that was a good time. That was so good.
We didn't have to bloody... we didn't have to sneak any miniatures in that day, did we?
No, we didn't. And you and me like basically did the same thing. So you like went to the bar to get another because you knew like by the time you've had the interval and you're chatting and you're like, oh yeah, like, and you've drank all your drink, haven't you? And then you're like, oh, the bar's gonna shut or I'm gonna miss the first like 2 minutes, whatever. You snuck off, but I was doing the same and I'd asked the guy, I was like, can I get another one just before the interval? We both had the same thing. So I hate a dry glass when you're halfway through. And especially when it's a musical you've seen before, because you're like, I know I've got ages to go yet and I've not got a drink.
Yeah. I just love drinking at the theatre. It's just so fun. Like I'm not one for eating. I don't mind snacking. I always think at the theatre, I don't know why they don't have recyclable cardboard boxes where when you buy a pack of sweets, they say, can you pour them into these boxes,
like,
because the rustling.
That would be cuter. I know, the rustling. It should just be like little popcorn like trays or something, and you just put your sweets, or like you ask what you want and then they serve you. That's what it should be. And then you like either give them back or recycle or whatever. Honestly, someone tell, I don't know, Andrew Lloyd Webber right now.
Stephen Schwartz, I think, he wrote Wicked, but
I was trying to think of someone who actually runs ATG. Someone write to ATG. That's who we're after, isn't it? I was going to say Sondheim or Macintosh at first. And I was like, what am I talking about?
Well, I wouldn't write to Sondheim. You might be waiting a while for a response.
I'll get Scylla to send on the message. Oh,
yeah. Scylla. He was probably writing a musical for Scylla.
I know.
Why has no one done the Scylla Black musical, or have they?
Someone must have made a telly show into a
Did you see that the Cher musical's coming to the West End?
No. Are you kidding?
Yes. Well, apparently it was terrible in Broadway, but it's had a bit of a revamp and... Yeah,
really good.
Oh, you definitely want to go watch it.
Yeah, I really want to watch Moulin Rouge.
Does he love me? I want to know.
Yeah, because her life story is really interesting. So... Yeah, but it just means there's a bad produce on it, you know what I mean? And what was I going to say?
Yeah, I think they've tweaked it, apparently.
Oh, have they? Oh, good. Right, maybe we'll try and get some takes. What was I going to say? Oh, God, this is great podcasting, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I missed the trick.
Oh, well,
I didn't get a picture with Cilla Black's statue in Liverpool when I was there. Because I was literally
for
staying
God's sake.
behind the Cavern Club. Can you believe it? Honestly, if I never hear a Beatles song for the rest of my life, it won't be soon enough.
They do love the Beatles over there, don't they?
Yeah, and I was staying in a Beatles-themed hotel as well, so...
Oh my God,
It was
what the
nice,
hell?
though. Oh,
Was
it's called
it
Hard
like
Day's Night.
yellow underground?
No, but you can get like a magical mystery tour.
It's called
on the
Hard
Yellow
Day's
Bus.
Night. That'll entice them in. Come and stay at the hotel. What's it called? Hard Day's Night. What?
They have like not
Do you have-
gargoyles, but they have like the stone statues of all the Beatles at the top. It's really good.
Who was your
Scottish from miles
favourite
away.
Beatle? I don't hugely care for the Beatles, I have to say.
Me neither. I'm not. That
Oh, I
bothered.
know. You almost feel a bit of a shame
And
kind of admitting it, don't you?
yeah, I guess like Freddie asked me this at the weekend. I was like, I guess George, because he's the least offensive to me.
George.
Because John wasn't that hot. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone loved John and Paul, but like John wasn't that fit, and Paul's voice just goes right through you. I did enjoy watching the loads of people doing Beatles impressions on YouTube afterwards. There's loads of celebs who do all the Beatles voices. It's quite funny because they do all have ridiculous
right.
voices. There you go. Something to spend your evening doing there, babes.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if I really care for them. I mean, I like Hey Jude and I like Yesterday, but
They just
can't
play
really
too
think of
much
any-
as well, aren't they? That's the thing. They're on everything.
yeah. Well, do you know what? Saying that, I've never. That's what it is. I don't think I've ever been at a party, or I've never gone. Oh, put some Beatles on. No
Yeah.
one's ever really. They're very advert music, don't you think?
Yeah, they're very
Reminds
lift
me of
music.
adverts.
Yeah, there's a good one that Freddie likes, and it's "Why Don't We Do It in the Road," and it's quite rocky, and that's all they basically say in it. But that's good because that's like upbeat. But that's it. But because it's an album track, I didn't know it, or whatever. It's not like a big song
like,
like yesterday.
I like Help. I need somebody.
Yeah,
and I
help.
heard. Yeah, but I heard a really slowed down version, and those lyrics are quite.
Covers are good.
Quite
Covers
like-
are often good. Yeah.
Oh, I love a cover.
Post
You know,
Malone
I would
jukebox.
always play acoustic covers on Spotify. I love acoustic covers.
Do you know what they're missing on Spotty though? They're missing like someone needs to put a playlist together. Maybe it's me and you. Maybe we need to take that responsibility because you go and look for like good covers and it just puts on Postmodern Jukebox. It's like, no, I want to mix, guys. I want to mix it up. Sounds fine.
Yeah, just do a playlist. Just do a
Maybe I'll do it.
playlist.
Share it with the world. God, I've set myself up there. It's been recorded. That me saying I'm going to do it.
And God knows we'll remember that you've said it. Talking of covers, I found a great cover this week of
Tell me.
the Doll and a Music Box from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh my God, I saw it on your story, but you know what? I was too lazy to turn the sound on. So tell me about it. Do you ever do that?
I wonder
We
whether
go,
I could
"Oh,
play it
that's
right
awesome."
now and it'll come through the mic. I
Hey.
wonder whether that would probably be. Would it be copyright though? I don't
You
know.
can
Get
only
taken
try.
down.
Not if it's a cover by. Are they unknown? The people who are they?
Basically, like it starts off and it's like really. Let me just play the first few. See if that comes through. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
So it starts off and it goes into Truly Scrumptious. But it starts off with a bit of. I mean, I just imagine me around a campfire.
What do you see, you people gazing at me?
Very
Anyway,
Glee. Very Glee. Also,
very Glee.
R.I.P. Truly Scrumptious because she died this year, didn't she?
Did she?
Yeah. So
Oh.
maybe that's why they did it. As a bit of a.
Well, do you know what it is on Spotify? Which I think is great. It's algorithm. And on your Discover
He's behind
Weekly
it.
on a
That's
Monday,
why they called it.
he
Al
does.
Gore. He
Al
loves
Albert
algorithm.
for sure. And his surname, his middle name was Gordon, and his last name was Rhythm. Albert Gordon Rhythm. I'll go Rhythm.
Oh, I meant Al Gore, the American There's an actual person.
Oh, you meant Al Gore. Okay, yeah. Yours was probably better.
Just do that again. Just rewind a sec. Although, he's the least person who would have an algorithm, I guess. I don't know. Don't know much about him.
Also, as if I'm going to reference Al Gore. There's more chance of me referencing the Beatles.
I only know him because they mentioned him in Family Guy a couple of times. That's literally how I get all my American politics knowledge.
But this isn't an ad for Spotify, because God knows we're not sponsored by them. Oh my God, imagine if we were. Jesus.
No, but we're 5-star rated on there, just saying.
Oh, stop it. But on a Monday, it gives you your Discover Weekly, and it says you might like these songs. And that was in it, and I listened to it. I said, get in my library right now.
You are being thumbed up.
You are getting a thumbs up from me. I am putting my thumb up you.
In an orifice. Excellent. Well, I like them ones as well, that they do like playlist 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all like the genres of music you listen to in the groups.
Yes, I know it. The mixes.
So if you're feeling pop, you're feeling pop, you go on your pop. When you're feeling you're feeling like some 60s stuff, you go on that. Oh, feeling like musicals, there's one for that. Spotify, you got it right, mate. Well done. I've been a subscriber for over 10 years. It's a lot of money there, though, isn't it?
It is. Who was I with the other week? And they had like ads. And I was like,
oh God, get with it.
You don't pay for Spotify. I was like,
no.
Come on, we're all tired. Like, because I can't
I've not heard an ad in
ads
years.
Halfway. An ad? What's that? I thought they got rid of those when I started paying £12 a month or however much it is.
Oh God, and they're really frustrating, aren't they? $9.99, because I'm still on the original rate. I think it might have gone up actually.
Oh, how look at her.
Oh.
That's all you need, though, isn't it? You need an idea. Like, someone had the idea of Spotify. Someone had the idea of Twitter. Someone had the idea.
Yeah.
I need the idea. What can we think of? Let's think of an app right now to change our lives.
Remember, oh my God, we thought of one back when we used to work together, and it was called Fab Life, and it was like where you found the nearest like good cocktail
bar. Yeah, it's
bar,
like a curation of fab things. Yeah.
And it was like we went here and this happened, and it was basically like you could log on. It's kind of like there's probably lots of apps like that. It's like Deliveroo but for martini bars.
Well, maybe we can't think of an app that will change our lives right now. However, we can go on to the subject of this episode, which is technically about changing lives. Segue, thank you.
Thank you.
Because we're going to talk
for
about
this.
Life hacks.
Yeah, can't wait.
Have you?
Hang on. I've got a little list. I composed a little email. Let me look.
Okay, well, you've done a bit more than I have then, because I scrambled towards the end. I had a nightmare with my charging devices. Is it me, or do we just constantly live in a world where we just have to charge everything
We're on
up?
charge. It's laptops that do my head in, because they're so big. I'm like, you should last longer than this. I'm not on you that much. But anywho, life hack for that, write it in on a postcard.
All right, so do you have, off the top of your head, without researching, do you have any life hacks that you use in the, every day? Well, not every day, but do you have some that you think, that enhances? Little tips and tricks for the listeners / viewers and/or viewers.
Tricks. Yeah. Well, the one that I use all the time, this is the first one I thought of, because you said, oh, let's talk about our own life hacks, because we'll both have them. And I was like, oh God, what are ours? What are ours? Mine and yours? What are mine? Mine's how to shell an egg without it all being really annoying.
Oh, do you do what I do, where you roll it on the table?
Yeah, but just pre-roll. Do you know what you do? You bang the bottom and you bang the top, because that's where the air pockets are. So, because that's how you get under the skin. You know, when you like the skin, that's what makes it crumble, and then you lose the egg, don't you, in the shell. Precious bits of egg
the tiny bit of...
Oh, so annoying. So if you do that, then you find where the air pocket is, and then it literally just peels off. Changed Freddie's life. You told me recently. That's one from my dad who you learnt in the army. But I do that I eat a lot of eggs, so there you go. Give that a whirl. Just do the bottom and top roll.
And so that's for what, a hard-boiled egg?
either. I did. I got the perfect boiled egg actually earlier today on my salad, and it was obviously hard egg white, just gooey middle, just gooey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give that a whirl.
Well, that might change my life. Yeah, because I do roll. I definitely do the rolling. And I also once was told when you crack an egg, don't crack it on the bowl that you're going to crack it into. Crack it on like a surface, because if sometimes when you crack it, it'll go in there and then.
Will it? Oh, God. Do you know what does my head in when I'm frying an egg? We've gone on to egg chat corner here. When I do Freddy's egg, right, I do a fried egg and the yolk stays together and I do it perfectly. The minute I crack mine in, the yolk splits. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I get nervous. Maybe it's subconscious. I know it's my egg or something.
What you need to do is you need to crack them into a ramekin beforehand. So then you'll see that it doesn't... You know those goo ramekins? We're back on those goo
Hey, you told us to chuck them. I've got none left.
Yeah, because that's what I do for poached eggs. Because if you crack, you're screwed.
Yeah, it's going to be a shite poacher, isn't it? I bet you could use those glass ones and pop them in the boiling. My mum used to have this. It must have been a wedding present because it looked very like 80s or something. And it was like a pan, but then you squatted something over the top of it and it fit 4 ramekins in it, and then you brought your egg into it. Like you're at a hotel.
Oh, yeah, my dad has them.
Yeah, I bet you could just pop a goo ramekin in, some boiling.
Yeah, I've never tried to put the actual ramekin in, but I don't know if it would permeate through the glass. Anyway,
sure.
Do we have it? Thank you. I was shocked myself. Do we have any other egg-based life hacks that the listeners might want to hear about?
Egg-based. How do you do a poached? Can you do a poached? I just don't do it, because if it fails, I'll just get annoyed.
Well, during lockdown, I decided, because, we had a lot of time to think about our lives and what we needed to learn in our lives. And I decided it was time to conquer egg-based breakfast.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
I managed to make a gorgeous French omelette. I can do them very well.
What makes
the
it
trick
French?
is to... it says bonjour as I eat it. And...
it's got jam on in it instead of ham.
No, it's... I think it's French because of the way they cook it. They cook it very slowly, and it almost does look a little bit like a crepe.
Sure.
But with poached eggs, there's so much discourse swirling around when it comes to poached eggs. A lot of swirling. And you just don't know what's right. So, I did do some perfectly poached eggs during lockdown, but I've been trying to do them recently when I'm back home, and I don't know whether it's the pan. I don't know whether I've lost my touch. I don't know. But I'm struggling slightly. Now, the trick is with a poached egg, they've got to be fresh. You gotta be fresh. You gotta get your fresh eggs, guys. You can't.
Who's buying old eggs though? Or do you mean from a farmer?
No, I mean like they can't have been sat in the cupboard for a while. They've got to be fresh.
Sure.
Yeah. As fresh as you can.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to like wait with.
Down.
I'm not asking you to wait with the bloody, chicken. And be like, come on. I want breakfast.
Come on now, I'm waiting. Yeah, great.
Now, some people say put a little bit of vinegar in the water.
That's what I do.
It does help. It does help.
I do it.
No, it does help. It does help. And they also say about the vortex method, where you swirl the water around.
That's what I do as well. Okay, yeah. So I do it.
But I've been struggling with that bloody vortex, I have to say.
Do you get pulled in and you're like, no, it's too tempting?
I sometimes I'm like, Ariel at the end of Little Mermaid, where Ursula's about to kill her, because the vortex I make is so big. But then I just drop my egg in, and what happens is the yolk just seems to go bye-bye to the white, and... It's like I have like a...
Like separates itself.
It kind of... Yeah, but it like almost like stretches a bit, and the white just... and it looks like
a
ball
ghost,
bag. It looks like a ball bag.
Yeah, it does. Oh God, it's like a little, or it's like someone in a ghost, like a cartoon in a ghost outfit with their heads at the top and then the sheets and the bottom.
Yeah. So
Just for our children listeners, so they don't think.
yeah,
about
great
all
imagery there. She knows what she's thinking of. So yeah. Anyway, how have we got on to such egg-based talk?
Egg corner. Well, I do love an egg.
Easter is coming
What
up.
are your other life hacks? It is chocolate eggs all around, guys. Oh, have you ever? That's a good life hack. Sometimes you can really crack the old Easter egg right down the middle. That's quite hard, isn't it? There's probably a life hack for that. Is what I mean.
I don't really get Easter eggs a lot anymore.
Do you not? I used to love them. We've got to save this Easter chat though because we'll need it. We'll need it in a few
Oh
months'
God,
time.
we'll need it for Easter.
Believe it or not. What's your life hack? Because mine were all to do with food and drink. That's my real ones that I actually do.
I've got a great life hack. So, let's say you've got a bottle
Have you
of
brought
wine.
it? This is how you did it earlier. Oh my God.
No, I haven't. But so for the listeners, I've just held up a bottle of wine because I thought I'm definitely going to need a refill. So bear with, I'm going to do that. Our favourite sound.
Lovely. Very
So
ASMR
if you've
recently,
got
aren't we?
a bottle of wine, okay, and you want to get it cold, someone's come over and they've picked up a bottle of wine. Bottle of wine.
Maybe you shouldn't have that third glass, guys.
They haven't picked up a line, they've picked up a wine. It's a different
The
kind
lines
of
come
night.
later.
And they've been to the offie. They've realised they're turning up empty-handed, so they've gone to what the common folk would
Shelf
call
wine. It's on the shelf.
the offie, yeah, and it's on the shelf. It's on the shelf. It's got one of those tiny yellow stickers that says $11.99. You've bought the best they have.
Overpriced. It's Blossom Hill.
And it's warm wine. So what do you do? Because you want to drink it. Because God knows you're in this social situation with your friend that you didn't really want to come round to anyway. You've got to pop
Tricky.
open the bloody wine ASAP and numb the pain of this social interaction. Well, I tell you what you do. You say, Donna or Bill or Jeffrey or... Also, disclaimer there. I feel terrible because Donna is my auntie, and because I said Donna... Bill is her partner, but that's no personal. I haven't been round to Donna and Bill's for a long time, and that's nothing personal on them. Anyway.
They're always holding separate parties, that's why.
So, what you do is you get some kitchen roll, paper towel, paper towel. You wet it, and hopefully it's something like Plenty or, those absorbent
Very well.
ones.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
And you just wrap it around the bottle before you put the bottle in the freezer. Because what then happens is the wet
This was
paper
one of
towel...
mine, can you believe it?
Was it?
This was one of mine. I have 2 hacks for getting stuff cold. When you're like in the middle, when you're like not camping, but you're somewhere that isn't your own home. And this was one of mine. You can do it with tins of like beer or whatever as well, because the wetness makes it cold. Because sometimes you'll put like a can of beer in the freezer, it doesn't get that cold, does it?
Now I've got another one.
Like quickly.
I don't really put cans of beer in the freezer.
Just texting Freddie to bring me a gin. Hang on.
I'm not really a beer kind of guy, am I?
I know you're not. I know, but just a tip, or a can of Coke, whatever you mix it.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be so worried about putting a can of Coke in the freezer, Lauren. What if you forget it and
Not
you
for a
open
very
it
long
up and
time.
you explode?
Oh. Set a reminder on your phone. I know what you mean, because awful. Goes flat as well.
Yeah, set a reminder on your phone. Don't forget the Coke. Wait, what? We're back to that. So...
We don't do drugs, guys.
Don't do drugs. It's like talking to Frank when you're listening to us, isn't it?
Rename the pod.
But also, let's say you've been not to the off license, but you've been to a really posh wine store, and there's a corkscrew. It's
Borough
corked.
Wines, perhaps. Yeah.
Borough Wines, perhaps. Gorgeous Borough Wines. Lovely. And you've taken it round to your friends, and you've just found out that they've been robbed recently, and the thing that they got robbed of was their corkscrew. So you don't have a corkscrew. What do
Yeah.
you do to get the cork out of the bottle? Well, what you do...
Do you push it in? No.
No. You get a shoe.
I don't know this one.
You get a shoe,
What?
okay? And you put the base of the bottle inside the sole of the shoe, and then you start hitting the bottle against like a hard wall with the shoe as well.
So it's like whirring your shoe, you mean? Like, so it's like whirring the shoe.
Yeah, so like it's so the bottle's kind of tipped horizontally, and the shoe is kind of almost hanging off it. So the sole where your heel would be is poking out, and then you start hitting the bottle against the wall with the shoe still on it. So the shoe's hitting the wall, and the force of the shoe hitting the wall hits the base of the bottle. I'll tell you what it does. It pops the cork out eventually. It starts coming out.
Have you done it? Have you actually done it?
I've done it before.
Do you lose a bit of wine though? Do you have to sacrifice a bit of wine?
No, because once the cork's coming out enough, you can just pull the cork out.
Oh, so it doesn't go... I imagined it went like flying out.
No, it's a slow burner.
Just gives it a little shove. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what my other hack is? My other hack, which I learnt from Lorna, friend of the pod, and also, works in hospitality. She works at some very fine places back in the day.
Very high end. High end.
Yeah, so she can solve, a champagne drama in like 2 seconds flat. Honestly, she knows the answer.
She could solve a problem like Maria. She's that good.
Oh, she could, honestly. She's good to have around. She's like having a little corkscrew, little penknife in your pocket when she's with you.
Can we all just appreciate the fact that Lauren has just said, gee whiz. Okay.
I clocked this the other, about 4
what
weeks
the
ago.
hell?
I was like,
gee whiz, golly gosh, my jeepers creepers.
there's so many moments when I'm listening back to the pod when I'm like trying to do Instagrams and stuff, and I'm like, God, why do I talk like a grandma? I have said, oh golly, yeah, and I've gone gee whiz before, and I'm like, you're not in the Sound of Music, like you need to just calm down. I don't know why I do it, but there you go. It's for your bring the gee whiz back, guys. I'll start using it, please.
Was it a command? Were you saying to Freddie like G for gin, gee whiz, hurry up? Didn't work. Sorry, tried.
I have texted him and he's not made it yet, so maybe
God, he is in a mood.
He's tired, isn't he? God love him. He's probably fallen asleep on the... Oh, he's online 2 minutes ago. Oh, T-2 minutes. Let's see how long it takes him.
He's probably wrapping it round paper towel and making it cold.
He is getting it cold. There are a few ice cubes left, just a couple, just to get it nice and chill. So hopefully he finds them. The other tip I've got...
Who knows where he could look? Hopefully he finds...
But you might think we've not got any.
I've hidden them in the house. Yeah. Anyway, go on. Sorry for interrupting.
Somewhere. Well... Ice cubes linked to this, right? If you don't have any ice in the house, but you want to get your Prosecco or white wine chill, or even your cans of beer, whatever, pop them in your ice bucket, cold water. You know what you add to the cold water? You might know this one. Sea salt.
Oh, I didn't know
Teaspoon
that.
of sea salt, and it makes the water colder.
Does it?
It creates an ice bucket. And then at that point, you maybe pop the bucket outside or whatever, and then it keeps it cold. Yeah, it lowers the temperature of the water.
I did not know
and I've
that.
done it. Actually works.
Fantastic
situation.
situation.
When you go to someone's house, they run out of ice. Yeah. Because you never want to waste the ice on the ice bucket, do you? Because you often need it for your drinks. So sometimes you're quite stingy with it, whatever. Just even if you just put a couple of ice cubes in there, pop your salt in, sea salt. Oh, makes it colder. Genius.
I mean, I want to say at this point, I do apologise to anyone listening that we haven't provided any kind of hack that, might be saving your life or could really help you in the wilderness. But we have provided ones if you want to enhance your Fab Life. I'm looking at...
that clue's in the title.
Exactly. I'm looking at a list now of life hacks that I found online. And some of them are terrible. absolute shockingly shit.
I
that
made
you
a
just
really
wouldn't
good
do.
look before, yeah. And it's
Some of them,
were
like,
just
I want to
awful.
say, you wouldn't take the time to do that. For example, someone said, make your own iPhone speaker by cutting out a hole out of a toilet roll, like, tube. And
There's
then,
a lot
like,
of toilet roll action, isn't there, on these life hack things? There's a lot of
yeah,
people
I just
using
think,
toilet
for
rolls for
God's
everything.
sake, that's so stupid. However,
Yeah,
this
it's
is a good
shite.
one. And someone, you know, when you're watching, like,
sneeze.
a film, for example, on the train on your phone, and you
Yeah.
want to prop your phone up. Someone
Yeah.
has on this article used sunglasses to prop up the phone, so the sunglasses
like,
rest,
put the
so it
handles
almost.
like that, like up,
Well, no, I think you
upside
just
down kind of thing.
yeah, upside downish, and then the
lying
phone will
down.
rest on that.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
Yes.
Only on a train though, because my problem is with these articles, right? They give you these life hacks, but then they expect you to have them in your home. You know, like I saw one, and it was like cut a hole into a tennis ball and attach it to the wall, and it could be a coat hook. And I'm like, I'm not a student. Like,
Yeah.
I'll
You're
just
like,
buy a coat hook.
yeah. Imagine you go in. I've got to go out and buy a tennis ball. Why don't you just buy a coat hook? Because it's a life hack, okay?
Yeah, okay. Add this tennis ball lying around.
Yeah.
Or one was like, hang your cookbook up while you're reading it with a clippy hanger, and then hang the hanger to your... I mean,
Yes.
it works, I get it. It holds the door open, but I'm like, yeah, but people have those lovely book stands in the kitchens, don't they? And they have their books on them, like, to show what, like, I don't know, recipe book. I'm like, I'm in my 30s. I'm not going to put a coat, like, hook on my bloody kitchen cupboard. It's just not going to happen.
And also, if you did have a tennis ball in your house, presumably that tennis ball would be there for something. So what's the
Yeah.
life hack to then fix the tennis ball? Like, don't have a tennis ball, use this trusty detergent ball for your washing machine or whatever. Like,
And it beats your clothes. It's also like, if you can afford to play tennis, you can afford a hook for your wall.
Exactly.
what I mean?
Let's think of. I'm just going to have a look at some others. One says, when taking a picture, squint your eyes to make your smile look much more genuine.
What? That's what
It's
I tried
like,
when I was
or
a kid
maybe
not to do.
hang around with people who make you smile. Like,
Yeah, you
there's
actually
some
wanna hang out with.
hooks. There's some hooks. Oh, the wet
go
paper
on.
towels on there. It says put
Oh, is it?
pancake mix, because it's pancake day today. We should have done a pancake episode. Although I
I've
have
seen
no
this
content.
one. It's a good one.
Put pancake
No,
mix
me
into a
neither.
ketchup bottle. Well, talking of bottles, let me tell you, I might have already said this on the pod, but when I was in Mykonos, we bumped into a group of people who were in this restaurant, sorry, and we got chatting. You know how you make friends on holiday. And
Spa. I mean, no restaurant, because there was a spa as well in my hotel.
no, I said bar. I thought it was a bar, but it
I
wasn't.
thought
It
you
was
said
a restaurant.
spa.
No. It wasn't the
They
spa.
look very similar. Both very fabulous. Yeah.
So they're in the restaurant, and then the girls come over and like open up the clutch bag, and I'm like, "Ooh, what you got? The essentials: sun lotion, phone, blah blah
You
blah."
told me
keys.
this. You've
They
told me
poured
this.
alcohol into suntan lotion bottles.
Yeah.
We were spraying it in our
So
mouths.
good. This
So
was another
good.
life hack on my list, but not that. But it was when people go to festivals and or handbags, whatever, you can cut the lining of so use a handbag you don't really care about, and you get a bag. You know the boxes of wine, because the wine's actually in a bag. So then you can flatten it, almost like a drip. You know what I mean? And then you put it down the lining of your bag, and then just tack that up, and then you have a bendy straw come out. Genius. So then you
Absolute
get, you
genius.
walk in, you're like, I've got no booze. I'll buy it when I'm in there. But you've got a box of wine, a whole box in your bag. Great.
Talking of straws, I remember one now. Don't have a straw at home. Use a pasta.
Toilet roll holder.
A pasta.
They do that in a tiki bar in Angel, and they use, because it's
Yeah.
eco, they just use a pasta tube. It's so good. It's kind of nice as well. They stay hard for ages as well.
Well, yeah, it's because those soggy cardboard ones. Honestly, you have to drink so
Awful.
fast just so they don't go flaccid on you.
Oh, God, I know. Tell me about it. You've got to work fast so they don't get flaccid these days. I tell you.
Haven't you just? Wait, we're still talking about
Everyone's
straws,
out of
right?
practice. Yeah, I think so. Hey, there was one toilet roll
gee
one.
whiz, tell me more.
Hey, gee whiz. Hey, I got a question. There was one good toilet roll one that I was like, oh, it's not a real common problem, but I might try it. You get the toilet roll tube or your kitchen roll tube, you cut it down, like straight up, and then your wrapping paper, wrap it round, and then it keeps them from all flapping away. I quite like that one because when you do, it all comes away and it gets torn on the side.
Oh, right, yeah. No, when you cut
it's
it
like a
and
cuff.
Because wrapping paper, when you cut it flies back at you, doesn't it? It like goes into itself.
And if you tape it like rips it, yeah. So if you like put that round the tube like it's a little cuff, like a napkin cuff. That's quite good.
I'm not very good at wrapping, I have to say. I'm a gift bag all the way.
I love a wrap. I love to wrap. It's quite therapeutic.
Oh, see, I'm not into it.
I'm having a wrapping night. Yeah, do it. Have a theme.
I find zero enjoyment out of it, and I have been known sometimes to think, do you know what? They won't be bothered about it being wrapped. So what I've done is I've just handed to them. I've told them to close their eyes, and then I've put it in their hands rather than even. Because honestly, unless they're
just
children,
put it in some newspaper these days, recycled. No one wants to buy wrapping
exactly.
anymore.
Eco. I'm going to wrap it in a massive pasta. I'm going to wrap it in lasagna sheets. That's a life hack for you.
There you go. Just get one big rigatoni tube and just shove it in there. Yeah. Fine.
Well, we hope these life hacks have really changed your life, to be honest.
Yeah, comment, on the Insta if you've got any more that we might have missed, or think ones we've said don't work.
No, actually,
or on YouTube as well.
What I want, and this is a public call out now, what we want is, because we want to make this podcast a little bit more interactive as well, we want you to message us on Instagram with your life hacks, or on YouTube if you're watching it on YouTube, with any life hacks that you have, and we will read them out next week on the pod.
Like actual usable ones. Yeah, oh my God, I love that, because you want to know ones that are tried and tested. Like, I don't want Good Housekeeping tell me I should go to a farmer's market rather than the supermarket.
Absolutely.
That's not a life hack.
No.
Bullshit.
Ones that we want, ones that we want to use. But until
anything
then,
related to alcohol as well, great.
Oh, 100%. But until then, continue with your life. We hope you have a lovely one. But let us know your hacks. And this has been, I'm going to call this episode Life Hacks with Lauren and Lee, because that's what it's been. It's been Life Hacks with Lauren and Lee. And it's been actually
Life Hacks Lauren and Lee.
Life Hacks with Lauren and Lee featuring eggs might be more appropriate.
Featuring eggs, yeah. Egg life with Lauren and Lee. It's been lovely. It's been lovely to chat to you, Lee. I'm going to think of you tomorrow when I shell my boiled egg at lunchtime.
I can't wait. If there's anything that will remind you of me, it's a shelled boiled egg.
Rather that than a poached one that looks like a boiled bag, eh?
Oh, until then, it's been episode 3 of season 2 of Fab Life
with Lauren and Lee.